G'day, welcome to Todd's Kitchen. Today I'm going to make yogurt. It's an incredibly easy recipe to make, but making it at home is so much cheaper than the shops. It literally is next to nothing compared to what you pay for the full ones, plus you know exactly what's going into it. It's also very healthy too. So join me today as I show you how to make yogurt. Okay, so we're going to start off with some of the basics. Now when I make yogurt, I use starter culture. It's not 100% necessary, but it does help make a much thicker yogurt. Now this cost me about $16.50, but there is enough in here to make 100 batches of yogurt, or 100 litres. Now a lot of people like to make 1 litre at a time. Personally, I make 2, so basically $16, I'm getting 50 batches myself, or 100 litres. So the culture comes frozen, and they're usually kept in this little jar here. Now you keep a small amount in this one, because they do absorb moisture very fast. But as you can see, there's more in this one. Now this is the main one that I keep in the freezer. Now you can keep these easily in the freezer and they'll last for years. Now if you keep them at room temperature, they'll last maybe 6-7 months. But 100 litres of yogurt is a lot, so you want to keep in the freezer because it's going to last a very long time. So again, it's not necessary to use this, but it does help make it a lot thicker consistency. It just depends on how you like your yogurt. Now as to what you're going to use to culture your yogurt in, there are many ways. Now my pressure cooker has a yogurt function. Basically all it does is it just keeps it at the optimum 40 degrees Celsius temperature. But you can do the same with an insulated mug. Traditionally you just put it in something insulated, stick it in the oven with say a tea light for example, and leave the door slightly open. So don't turn the oven on. It's basically just one of those little round tea lights that you have on a dinner table. Just keeps it mildly warm because you just want it basically just above room temperature or at room temperature. But you don't want it too hot, otherwise it'll kill the culture, and you don't want it too cold, otherwise the culture just won't work. And now the other two necessary ingredients are some milk and some yogurt. Might sound weird using yogurt to make yogurt, but that's where all the culture is. So using this culture just makes it a little bit thicker. It's like in the old days when you make a copy of a copy of a copy from say a VHS, each copy you get worse and worse. It's like that. So by using a little bit of culture, it just keeps that quality up and the thickness lovely. And this yogurt is from a tub here that I keep in the fridge that I've already pre-made. But to start off with, you can just buy some yogurt from the shops. Just make sure it's all natural, pot set or Greek style yogurt. No flavoring, no nothing. Just a plain pot set or Greek style. Now as a little extra handy hint, I always like to keep some starter culture in the freezer just in case. Say for example you go through all of your current batch of yogurt and you forget to save some, well you've always got some spare in the freezer. And this will easily last 6-12 months, no problem whatsoever. Just keep it in a sealed container and then we can just open it up and we have our frozen yogurt culture. Just leave it at room temperature the night before. That'll give it plenty of time to defrost and come up to the proper room temperature, and you can just use that as your starter culture. If you happen to run out, say by mistake, or you just forget and you use the last of your yogurt that's in the fridge. Okay, so it's very simple. Into whatever you choose to use. For me, I'm using this pressure cooker, but of course if you're using like an insulated jug, you can just pour in your milk. Now I'm using full cream milk. And for this, you really do want to use full cream milk because that's what gives it that thickness. So I'm using 2 litres. And you want to make sure that it's at room temperature. We can't start this when it's cold. All the ingredients must be at room temperature, otherwise it just doesn't work. So as I said before, if it's too hot, it'll simply kill the culture, but if it's too cold, it'll just remain dormant and nothing will happen. So I brought that milk up to room temperature, and the same with the yogurt that I've made previously. Now it's a bit runnier, that's only because it's nice and warm and at room temperature, but you can still see how it's layered on the inside, so it's still a nice thick yogurt. And just getting our culture here. Now this is only how much you need, just a tip. Okay, you see that small amount there? It's like less than a drop. And put that in, that's all you need. You don't need anything else because it'll grow from there. So when you buy culture, you'll think, geez, there's not much there, but you get a lot out of it. You really need only a few granules, and from that alone, the culture will just spread, grow, and make a nice thick yogurt. Okay, now this is completely optional, but it's a little trick that I like to use to make it just a little bit thicker because I really love thick yogurt. I'm not a fan of the runny yogurt. I'm going to add some powdered milk. Now make sure it's strictly just powdered milk. You don't want any extra preservatives or ingredients, it's just dried milk. So for each litre you want to use half a cup. As I'm using 2 litres here, I'm going to add 1 full cup of our powdered milk. And also with the milk itself, you want to get the pasteurised milk. Pasteurised right there, that's the type of milk you want. Otherwise you're going to have to boil it to kill off any extra bacteria. But most milk these days already come pasteurised, so you don't really need to. That's why if you look up older videos on how to make yogurt, they're boiling the milk. So all we have to do now, just with a whisk, we're just going to whisk it up until that milk powder has completely dissolved. And again, just make sure that milk powder, now I'm using low fat milk powder, you don't need the full cream. It makes no difference. Now you want to make sure the milk powder that you use doesn't have any other ingredients. It's just 100% powdered milk. Because there are some out there that have extra ingredients which will actually kill the culture and it's just pointless. So 100% powdered freeze-dried milk, which is what most brands are these days anyway, and you won't have any problems. Okay, so just going to seal up our pressure cooker. Now you need this to be airtight to prevent any cross-contamination or anything else getting inside. And you also want to make sure that it's in the sealed position, so it's nice and airtight. Now just to be clear, you don't need a fancy machine like this. Most people just use their insulated mug. It just comes down to time. So for this one, I'm just going to push the yogurt. Now it's set for 8 hours, but I'm going to change that and go to 12 and start, and that's it. Now this will do its thing for about a good 12 hours. Basically it's just going to keep it at a nice warm temperature for 12 hours, and in that time that culture is going to grow and grow and grow, and you're going to turn all that lovely milk into delicious thick yogurt. Now if you're using an insulated mug, it may take a little bit longer. Some people do it up to 24 hours. But the longer you do it, it gets like more of a bitter taste to it, more like the bitter Greek yogurt, which isn't a bad thing because when you add flavouring, that makes no difference anyway. But just keep it in a nice, warm, dark place, and in 12 hours, you're going to have delicious tasting yogurts. Okay, so it's been 12 hours and our yogurt has finished culturing. Okay, so as this is a pressure cooker, I'm just going to vent, but there's no real pressure built up. So we're just going to open this up, and there we have our deliciously cultured yogurt. Now it's still going to be warm, of course. You're going to have to keep this in the fridge for a few hours. But as you can see, it is thickened up nicely. Now it's not going to be as thick just yet. It will thicken up even more in the fridge when it cools down. So we're going to have to keep it in the fridge for a few hours. Now a lot of people like to strain it to make it even thicker. Not necessary, but it's completely up to you. So I'm just going to pour it into a container. Oh man, that looks so thick and it smells delicious too. So we're going to pour it into a container that we can seal up, but I'm not going to seal it up straight away because we want it to cool down a little bit faster. So I'm just going to place this in the fridge like this. So I'm just going to put the lid on just like this. I'm not going to seal it up completely because I want it to cool down a bit faster. So while it seems a little bit runnier than normal yogurt or what you prefer right now, it will thicken up easily in the fridge. Okay, so it's been a few hours and we have our lovely thick yogurt, and just look at that. It is so creamy, so delicious. Now you can have it as is, and it is a perfectly good Greek style yogurt, or you can flavour it any way that you like. You can add any flavour, any fruit or berries. For example, blueberries is one of my favourite. Now this is one of my favourite go-to ones. Now this is a sugar-free blueberry syrup, and this is in no way an endorsement. I'm just saying this is just what I particularly use. So I usually just you know, put a little bit on the top like so, and then just stir in that delicious blueberry goodness. And look at that. Now you definitely can't say you don't want to get stuck into this lovely, healthy, delicious blueberry flavored yogurts. Because honestly, oh man, that's so fantastic. So it's healthy, you know exactly what goes into it, it's very cheap, so much cheaper than what you pay for the shops, and the best thing is, it tastes simply delish.